Hello, this is Theresa, and welcome to my channel. I thought that today we'd just jump right in with doing what I'm doing on my desk, and I was initially inspired by an image that I found on my desktop. Now, I don't know where I got this image from, so I'm hesitant to share it because there's probably some copyright issues. But I'm going to try and replicate the image that I see. There's 3 items. There is a pocket that I'm not trying to reproduce it exactly as I see the image, but just taking the image as a guideline, so to speak. So I started, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to turn the camera on. What the heck? When I first did this, I was able to see the glue on these sides a lot more. I don't see it as much right now, but I'm still going to go ahead and do what I was going to do. Gosh, I feel like that's upside down. So I'm going to do it this way. Well, it's not sticking today. And I should have ate before I did this. I'm not really hungry, but sometimes if I eat, it helps me to be more steady. Why is that? Why did that get so hard so quick? I'm not a professional glue gun person. Maybe I need another glue stick. What did I do with the glue sticks? They should be with the glue. That's the problem with jumping right in sometimes too, is that sometimes you have to take a couple minutes to find things before you can really get your groove on and get started. Fortunately, it didn't take me long to remember where I put my glue. I will tell you that I broke my no spin, my January no spin. Ouch, that's hot. And I did buy another glue gun to compare to the first glue gun. Well, this isn't the first glue gun I've ever bought. The first glue gun I ever bought, I really never used, and so I decided not to bring it with me. And it's a plug-in. And it's in storage in Napa. Okay, that feels like that's going to stick. Yeah, I don't like that this thing is so hard to get out of the base. I have enough complications in my life. But if you don't put it in the base, it doesn't charge. Ow. I'm going to have to learn the pro tips of how not to burn your fingers when you're using a glue gun. And that's one of the reasons I never liked the idea of using a glue gun, because it's like, dang, that's hot glue. Why would I want to do that to myself? Thank you. So I was using my all-purpose Vegas Gold ink, and it's pretty much gone. All of them were pretty much gone. So I did replace those because those are something I know that I use. But I was talking to myself last night, and I said, self, I think that's what these are. Heavens, I probably should check first before I open them up on camera. What is that? What is that? I have no idea whose name is on that package. There's no mailing information on this. Jiffy, something Jiffy Stan laces for HD. This is weird. Where is the shipping package? Huh. This is so weird. I have no idea what that is. Okay, focus, Theresa. That really was a rabbit trail for me. I'll have to figure that out later. And you saw it here live on Theresa Conway-Hayes' channel. You don't get this kind of mystery anywhere else. My channel is just as eclectic as I am. Hi Bon Bon, hi April, welcome. Okay, so the picture that I'm looking at has a lot more activity on it, but the picture just inspired me. So let's see. I want to try and make this one a little bit more like what I'm looking at. Okay, let's see. Do-it-yourself craft bazaar. Do I have you in here? I do not. So, do it your DIY craft bazaar. What's your name? I need to add you to my cheat sheet. my passion for art. Why don't I have you in here? I think it's Jennifer, isn't it? So, do-it-yourself craft bazaar is Jess? Oh no. Yeah. I always do that. I say Jennifer instead of Jessica. Oh, I'm so sorry. And then, what is DIY's name? Okay, now this is going to be too tall. I haven't trimmed it down yet. Oh my gosh, there's so many layers on this picture. I'm going to start with, you're so forgiving, thank you. I'm going to start with, oh my gosh, there's so many fun elements. Okay, well, I'm going to have to start with the size, because otherwise I can't get my focus going. So let me know if you're crafting with me. That's always fun to know. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to layer it on here. And you all know you got to do the talking because I'm not very good at talking while I'm crafting. A little bit more. And of course we need to do some inking. Oh, let's do this first. This is going to go right there, and let's get this inked. A mountain scene. Do you have a channel, Jessica, that where you share your art, your makes? If not, I'd love for you to feel free to use my Facebook group to post your images of the things that you're doing if you felt led to do that. And that is in my description, and it's Junk Journaling United. Let me find that. One moment, please. Facebook. Junk Journaling United. Right there. Paste. Well, if you felt like sharing from your group to mine, for your makes, I would love to see those. Okay, now this is going to go on here, and I would love to be able to do what I want to do there, but not sure if I'm going to be able to. At least not the way I want to. I want something like this to go right here. Threads everywhere. There's a particular style that I want to use, and I don't see that I have it. Something like this. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I'll use that one. And I'm actually going to layer these two to make it a little bit thicker. And get my hand to hold still. Man, it's being problematic today. Have another cup of coffee, Theresa. So for those of you who aren't crafting, what are you doing? Is anybody going live today? And just so you know, I do remind myself that you all, I shouldn't say you all, but some of you like to just join the live stream to hang out in the balcony, just to give me the watch time, support, yada yada. And so if you don't, talk to me, I certainly understand. And I do not get offended if I say, hey, what are you guys all doing? And nobody answers. Not a problem at all. Does not offend me. I don't get offended very easily. I don't like that that's crooked. Ah, I got it to move. I messed it up. Okay, chill, Theresa. It's gonna be all right. Now, I'm going to stamp on that. What do I want to stamp? I'm going to ask you, Bon Bon, if you're feeling better, though. I hope so. Oops, I don't want that one. Okay. Oh, darn. Well, I will tell you our secret recipe for being really sick. And I did it at the beginning of my cold that I had this time. And it is a mixture of like maybe beef broth or some kind of tea like broth to be able to drink. And it has lemon, cayenne, honey, and garlic. Fresh garlic in it. And let's see, does he use minced garlic maybe? I can't remember. And then drink it as hot as you possibly can. I can't drink real hot things like my husband can, so I just sip and try to get that hot fluid down my throat as much as possible, and I drink as much as I possibly can. Now, I don't instantaneously like feel better, but I would swear that when we call it a cup of hate, and I would swear that when I forced myself to drink that stuff, that in the long run, my symptoms, my healing process is faster. And I also, especially if I've got a bad cough, I also will take fresh garlic and you too, Craft Bazaar. I didn't get your name yet. Yeah, it is yuck. It is, but when I don't like to feel good and I don't have time to be sick, so I pull out the big guns. And I'm trying to find something in specific. I'm not going to find it there. But what was I saying? Oh, when I have a bad cough especially, I will take the fresh garlic and I will peel it and I will cut it into the size of a pill so that it's small enough that I'm pretty certain I'm not going to choke on it or maybe cut my throat as it's going down. And I will swallow it like a pill, and it works miracles for me. I didn't do that this time. I started developing a tiny bit of a cough yesterday, but nothing that is bothering me. Not so much that you notice. Where is my... Really? Where are you? Here we go. Is that the one I want? Field notes. Yep, that's the one I want. I want something that says field notes. That's weird that this only has, this is the field notes set, and I never thought of this before, but it appears to only say field something right here on this one that says field label. So that's why it's cool to like follow Pinterest or ideas from other people, because it gets you to know your stuff a bit more. That's what I think. So I'm going to take this, and I need a bigger block. And I'm going to do this right here. And then this will layer right here. And then I need some background noise, like this. Oops, wrong ink. You need to go away. Unlike April, I don't have a Marty to give me the eye when I do things like don't put the lid on my glue or the needle in my glue. So then it's having an eruption out the edge, the tip. There we go. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I was doing this. I was going to make some background noise here. There we go. And then I wanted a little print on here. You definitely seem intimidated by Marty, April. It's all good. Okay, now I've got all the background. I want this here, right about there. And then I wish I had, trying to see a big square to go around that. Maybe I could do what I want this way. No. Nope, nope, nope. I had an idea and it won't work. Oh, dummy. You can draw. I can draw what I want. It won't be perfect, but I think it's fun to try to do something like this once in a while. I know April wouldn't be intimidated to do something like this. So, Bonnie, I think I've decided to go ahead and put together the Ink and Page Junk Journal January journal from her kit. And this year for Junk Journal January, I'm gonna not like label things. Like I'm not gonna put day 1, day 2, things like that, because well, that was rough, but oh well, it's done. I'll cover it up. I'm going to make it more of like an idea book. I was going to do 2, but I'm too intimidated by what I tried to do there in the first place, so I'm not going to do 2. I wished I had a stamp that would do that. Okay, then I've got that. So now I'm going to do this right underneath there. So I'm going to glue this. Yeah, so like the first prompt was open. So I'm going to have make sure I have plenty of pockets. And then I'll do maybe the card, and the card might say open on it, and the card will fit in the pocket. But it's going to look more like an idea book and something that even somebody could use the ephemera in a project. So like say the prompt was field label. So this would be a good project for field label. And this would go in the pocket on page 1 for the prompt field label as an example. I didn't think you'd be working on anything right now, Bonnie, as bad as you sound. I mean, I can't hear your voice, but from your typing, you said that you feel terrible. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to take something like this. Not that. These are all notebooks, baby. Yeah, these are all kind of notebooks and flashcards. I'm looking for, I want a ticket. My tickets are in here. Oh yeah, this has got what I want. I want a ticket like this. Maybe this one. Kind of wanted a more stark color. I like this. I really like that, but it's kind of big. These are just too big. I like this. Too many choices. Not me. I'm not hard-headed. I pretty much put myself to bed when I start not feeling good. These are weird. Who did I get these from? Okay, I'm gonna go with that one. Because I wanted something stark, some bold color. Now when I was younger, I would put my head down and power through. But that was because I worked for somebody else and I had to show up for work. And back in my day, they were like, I don't care if you're sick, bring your germs to work and get busy. We don't care that you're going to get the rest of the staff sick, and we won't have any people to do their job because they're all home with a cold or a flu or whatever. What the heck? Share the germs. Kumbaya. Now I want a little bit of cheesecloth. Let's see if I have any in here. Cheesecloth, please. Cheesecloth. Here we go. That's my possibles box. It has possibles in it. Just need a little teeny tiny bit. So you won't be surprised, April, when you get the box from me. It's not going to come in a box. It's going to come in a padded envelope. Anyways. Uh-oh. My glue gun is unsupervised. I was laying under a pile of stuff unsupervised. But what I was saying is I did start to decorate the grocery bag for Arizona a little bit, and I put some ephemera ideas in there, but I'm sorry, I can't talk and craft. I didn't do anything for the Idaho bag. I looked to see if I have any Idaho stuff. I didn't have anything. Not a thing. So I want this to go here, but I want to try making it a different color. And of course I want all this to show. So I'm going to try alcohol ink. So I'm going to start with trying a Stampin' Up! Alcohol marker. Maybe that color. I want it to be more burgundy. I want that color. Now, not all my Stampin' Blends work, so hopefully this one works. If I can hold still long enough to do this. Piffle. At what point, April, do you think you're going to deep dive into, I think you're calling it your 25-pound journal, which is on the states. And anybody who, let's see, most of the people here right now, I think, are in your live streams, so they probably all know about it. Is there anybody who doesn't know about April's 25-pound journal that she's doing? Hopefully she'll write in the chat a little bit better description, because I'm struggling here. Anyways, she was seeing if people wanted to contribute large size grocery bags like this. My husband got me 3 and I sent 2 to April. And so what she's going to do is, she'll correct me if I'm wrong, she's going to, I think, fold these in half and make a huge journal that when it's done, it's going to be at least 25 pounds. And it's in celebration of America's birthday, so it's going to have all the states. I live in Arizona for part of the year and Idaho for part of the year, so I decided to send her 2 grocery bags, one of which was all I started to decorate for Arizona because I have a ton of this fabric that I bought in Arizona, and it's Arizona specific. Okay, now that's going to go there, only not upside down. I wished I could lighten that a little bit. I wish. So I'm wondering if I pull out my alcohol stuff. Wait a minute. It's in here. Okay. 25-pound junk journal record for the Back 40 crew, including the 50 states, for 250 years this year, and everything that means something to us and me for the 2026 year. The states is one section of it. Okay, that's the description. That's a very good description. I'm going to see if I can use some of this alcohol blending solution to lighten this up. Does this need to be shook? I don't use this stuff very often. I don't think it does. I always want to shake everything that's Tim Holtz though. I think it's going to do it. Yay! This is fun. What if I just leave it sit on there for a minute? And then how about some of this? I like it. Okay, that's going to go right there. And I want a number. Let's get rid of this stuff before I start having issues. Whoops, back to not putting my pin in my glue. Okay, now this is going to go underneath here, like that, and then I need a number. I think I have numbers here. I might have moved them. Nope, I think they're right here. Just grab the first one. Theresa, don't think too hard about it. Sorry, I need this one. I want this one. Okay, that's going to go right there. It's already inked. And then I wanted one other thing right over here. Something like this right here. Only that's too big. Actually, this is pretty much exactly what I want. I wish it was smaller. Okay, just do it, just use it, go with it. Okay, so first we need, see if we can get this silly glue gun to work. Now spread this. Don't burn your finger. And then we're going to put this thing on. I want to make it a little thinner. Okay. Now I need my tweezers so I don't burn my fingers. Go away, mouse. I don't need you. So yeah, tomorrow I think I'm gonna be getting the other glue gun that I ordered. So I can do a comparison. I'll blame that purchase in January on April, which is not really her fault because she just answered my question. She didn't encourage me to do anything. But I asked her what glue gun she used, and she said how much she loved it and everything. So it's her fault for that purchase item in January, which I was going to try and do a no spend January. Nope. That ship is sailed. And then I bought my inks. They were about $5 each. I bought the gold and 2 other colors. Maybe I just bought 2. Okay, then I actually wanted another ticket underneath here. I didn't pay close enough attention to my layering. Where'd my tickets go? There they are. I want it to be big. This is going to be perfect right here. Yep, yep, yep. Any chance I can get that up more? No, because it's getting very thin. So I can trim this off. Sorry, my talking to myself is mumbling, and it doesn't make sense. So probably want to just mute me. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Exactly. Okay, now I want something post office-y like. I don't think I have anything in here, but I'll take a quick peek. I've used up most of this stuff for post office. Like I had a whole bunch of postal stuff in this area. And I don't know if I moved it to somewhere else or what I did. Oh, that reminded me. So, for you guys who are doing prompts, I wanted to offer for you to keep me in mind. Okay, so like I don't have the prompt lists printed out for ink and page yet, but like the first one was open, and then the next one was I don't remember. And today was postcard. But anyways, okay, so if you guys would like, you can look through your prompt list, okay? I wish I had one handy. I don't even have the Defemer Ember one handy. Oh, I kind of do. Nah, that's not a good example. But say it had butterfly, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have any butterflies. I know how ridiculous that sounds, but just go with it. This is just an example. So if you think, oh, Theresa might have a butterfly, feel free, script, yes. Postcard was the day before that, maybe? Anyways, feel free to reach out to me and say, Theresa, do you have any butterflies you'd like to share? And I can put a butterfly in an envelope with a stamp very easily. Now I know stamps are almost $1 anymore, but I could do that. And then I could do the same thing to you. I could say, especially if you got Messenger, you know, you could message me and say, Theresa, do you have any butterflies? Theresa, I know you had a baby shoe. Can I use your baby shoe? I have a prompt coming up that I need that baby shoe for. Or library card. Or postcard. I think I have some postcards in here. I did at one point. This isn't a but this is a letter front. I have postcards somewhere, I know I do. So, and I could just pop that in the mail for you. And then you don't have to print out a whole digital or buy something. Lord, I have tons of tickets. I'd be happy to share tickets. I have tags, but you know, I'm thinking that if you've been watching one of my videos and you're like, ooh, the prompt is like DIY paper. Now, when I read DIY paper, I think of something that looks like this. The texture on it, and I have pieces like that from Taperology. Maybe a spool, like a spool. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have a spool. Let me know. So the ideal thing to do would be to read through your prompts so that you're not like right on that prompt and you're like, oh my gosh, first I got to find out if she has something, and then secondly, it's got to go through the mail. So that's why it's good to, like, butter papers. I've never seen butter paper as a prompt, but somebody who writes prompts should really have fun and write butter paper, because I do see a lot of butter papers. I think this is a butter paper. I know I have butter papers. Labels. Just looking to see if I can spot anything that, even like, you know, I've got a prompt for Bedlam. This is from my nurse kit. So I may not remember that I have something for Bedlam, but who knows, I might. If you say asylum, I will definitely know where to look for something that has to do with asylum, because that's in my nurse kit. If you say cowboy, I have old cowboy magazines that are these lovely orange color that I just love. Just looking for something unique that maybe we don't have in our stash. What is that word? Haberdashery? So if the prompt is haberdashery, I have lots of haberdashery stuff, which that spool qualifies for that too. I have lots of French. There's a postcard. There's a postcard. Okay, I just wanted to throw that out at you. Because, like, in April's chat, her live stream, I think it was last night, I think it was you maybe, Bonnie, who was saying that we could share if we're trying to save money. And Lord knows I have stuff to share. Now, if we wanted to, it might be, I would be fine with doing this. Like say, oh, can I have that tag? You know, I would take an envelope and I would put this in the envelope and I could put a dollar bill in there and then send it out to you. And then next time I wanted to ask you for something, you'd have $1 to go towards the postage to send it back to me. So that's just a thought. I'm actually planning on not doing any big Happy Meals, like, you know, that cost $5 or $7 or whatever it cost me to send to April. I about choked. But beside the point. It was a one-time deal. I was happy to do it, but I'm not doing any big Happy Meals this month for sure. I don't mind doing little envelopes. There you go. you know, it must, so having a no spend January is not maybe as important to me as it is to other people. Because I'm not retired and I do have disposable income, but I am a saver and I am a budgeter and I love to pay bills off. And I would love to pay our truck off in 2026, by the end of 2026. It may not be till the end of 2027, but I'd love to get that truck. Oh man, I should be able to pay it off by 2026. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have that sucker paid off by 2026. Not if I make mistakes like I did last week, but we're not going to go there. So I wanted to see how this is going, if this is going to fit in here. Yes, it will. But the point I was starting to make is that even though maybe I don't have to save as much, or not so much save, but budget as much as someone who's on a very tight budget, I like the idea of me being a good steward of my funds, as well as being a good example to somebody else who really more so needs to be a good steward of their funds. I hope that made sense. So be a good example. I don't feel like it's a requirement. I'm just saying, for me, I like that idea. It appeals to me. Okay, so I want to do just a couple more things. I want to do one more thing. I want that postal look. So let me see if I can find that postal look. I had something in here. Where is it? It was like a strip. I thought I had some strips like this, only I don't want a ruler. I want a postal. This is Christmas stuff. It was supposed to get put away, but it didn't. There's lots of Christmas stuff in here. I'm going to have to go through this. Stay focused, Theresa. You're looking for postal. I may have to revamp my idea and go with ruler. Lord have mercy. The thing I want keeps scooting away from me. Just think about doing something like that up the side. I wanted it to be postal, but I don't seem to have what I want. Any other time I see something like that all over the place, all over my stuff. Like, look at these. That might be helpful for somebody sometimes. I don't even know that I have those because they're in the bottom of this pile. Okay, we're going with the roller. And so then we need something like this to go along it. That would be so cute if I had the poster strip that I want. Careful. You know, Theresa, I wanted red, but I could use blue, and I could cut that off. let's do that. So, put those back. Put that away. That's a straw. I went, oh! But that could be postal. Kind of looks like postal. I'm using that. And I don't have to destroy this label. Okay. Do I want it here? First of all, I do not want it to look like a straw. So we're going to cut off that edge. And I want this to be center. That's the other thing too, Bonnie. I try to have a mean budget, experiment with it, because someday, if my husband and I are both on Social Security, then we need to know how to limit our spending. And so I'm trying to prepare for that day, which is one of the reasons why there's two big reasons. One is that I wanted to feel like I had purchased a home in my lifetime. And in my opinion, this trailer is our home. The first one we bought was brand new. That was really cool, but it just didn't suit our needs, so we had to buy this one. And even though it's not brand new, I'm perfectly happy with it. And then next of all, if we get this figured out, it can be less expensive to live in a trailer than a rental. Because in 2020, rentals were going for, Lord, I think we had one that we were paying $2,400 a month. I about choked at how much money they wanted. I want to show more. Oh well, that ship has sailed. So if I have a $900 trailer payment and $600 lot rent, that's $1,500. So that's not bad for a monthly rental fee. And I can bring that down a lot. Like if we were feeling broke one month, we could go Boondock. And Boondock is zero rent fee, or lot rent. It just gives you more options so that don't have to consider living under a bridge should money get tight for whatever reason. I'm a planner. I'm a plan A, plan B, and plan C person. And I'm not afraid to share this type of information on a public forum with complete strangers or people that I've never met. And the reason for that is because I feel like in the olden days, people used to get together. They used to listen to the old men sitting out in front of the grocery store market and listen to their stories. The women used to sit around in sewing bees or whatever and share things, everything. Like one day I was talking about old lady smell. And somebody might get offended by that, but I don't care because it's a fact of life, people. Oh, glad to see you back, April. You missed some good stuff. Oh my gosh, you missed some good stuff. Theresa got on one of her rants. It wasn't a no talk. But anyways, people used to share stuff. They used to share about, you know, what's going to happen on the wedding night for those people who saved themselves. And, oh my gosh, so many things. And while if I'm in a live stream where I know there's a guy in the live stream, I won't talk about stuff as much. I don't care if somebody comes in and sees it on the replay. That is a little bit longer than what I wanted, but I'm going to live with it. But anyways, I'm perfectly fine to talk about different stuff because maybe somebody will glean some information from it. Thank you. I don't know how you knew that she wasn't here, Bonnie. I'm still using my citronella armband. Put it up on my arm so it's not in my way. I'm using that. Hi, Zippy. Welcome. I'm using that, and I'm spraying this on my legs because I wear a lot of what I call house dresses. So, it's just easier for me to have one piece of clothing that I throw on and go on about my day. And when I say house dress, in case you have this impression that I'm like wearing your granny's house dress. Let's see. Let me change this. Oh. This is hard. Alright. Oh no. I didn't brush my hair. It's Saturday, guys. I don't have to brush my hair. Okay. Anyways. This is my idea of a house dress. Okay, that was bad. I didn't remember that I hadn't brushed my hair today. But I like these dresses because they fall over my stomach and give it the appearance of flattening my stomach. So, if I had my hair brushed, I would be fine to go out to the grocery or anything like that. And I'm not a sweats person. Okay, you're gonna have to post a picture of your moo-moo. Aw, Zippy, you are just the neatest person. And believe it or not, on the weekend when I work, even though I work at home, I like to be dressed and like be in condition where I'd be comfortable to walk out the door. I'm not the type of person who will work in my pajamas. Not saying I haven't ever, but for the most part, I'm not that type of person. I do have one of those too. It's pretty fancy though. Okay, this tag is done, except for what I want to use for the top. Wonder if I could. No. Oh, here we go. That would look good. I'm gonna have to do something with those little tiny threads. They keep getting in my way. Well, that's the thing. I usually always have warm weather now. Hi, babe. Let's call before you come. Oh. Okay, there. Now that's done. Now I'm going to decorate this. Gotta get stuff out of my way. Did you have a question for me?
Just an information.
Okay, that package that you handed me?
Yeah, that's what I need right there. Thank you.
So it was your package.
Well, I didn't know. I get all kinds of weird stuff, so.
I opened it up and I was like, what the heck is that? What is it?
It's a bumper for my kickstand.
A bumper for your motorcycle kickstand.
Yes, it didn't hit the frame. It broke off the other day in Quartzsite.
Oh,
so I had
so
to get another one.
so you ordered two, so you'd have an extra.
They only come in packages of 2.
That's how Amazon is, too.
Oh, Ashley sent the keys.
Oh, good. Thank you. 40 degrees here. 41 in Missouri. 48 in Mississippi. 75 in Texas. Alexa, what's the weather outside?
The current weather is 71 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies.
Oh, you got me beat, Zippy. It's 71 here.
The high of 72 degrees and a low of 54
Well, the high's
degrees.
supposed to be 72. I thought I had something like this, only more so. So talking about a unique ephemera, which is what I was talking about earlier. I have coins. Now, like this one is a little bit heavier than this one, so I could put this one in an envelope. Actually, I could put this one in an envelope and it would go, I think it would go through okay. You want to be careful about thickness for envelopes too. I have these match boxes. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I thought I had more than one. I was going to say I should scan that, but I don't know if that's legal. I don't know why it would matter because I don't live in Asia. If I lived in the United States, I'd be a little bit more. I do live in the United States. So I should say living in the United States, I guess I'd be a little bit more cautious. So I'm going to just throw some stuff down. Really? That's interesting. I don't know if anybody has tried to use Alexa other than me and my husband.
Tell Alexa she's your father.
Oh. Jeff wants you to tell Alexa that you're her father, Bonnie, and see what she says. It's the little things like that that tickle him. Oh, funny. Why will it listen to April and Dawn's voice but not mine? I'm feeling a little offended right now. April knows it. Oh my gosh, he was telling her something about farts the other day. I was like, stop it. Jeff, how did you get Alexa off on farts the other day? You just told her to fart? It was terrible. Oh, you did? That's funny. I didn't even know you could do that. I'm thinking I want to do a belly band right there. And then I want to do just a little something here up the side. You're so funny. And then Alexa just hears them on the computer. Is that how that works? What is your other favorite one that you do, Jeff, with Alexa?
So far.
I thought there was another one. Yeah, we already did that one. So Bonnie has her Alexa farting right now.
Oh, good.
Jeff is impressed, Bonnie.
Nothing like a good fart joke.
I guess it depends on who you are. Whether you like that kind of thing or not. Oh, I know he used to say, Alexa, do you work for the government?
No, I'm designed to protect your privacy. Your data is
And then she gives you this cock-a-bull.
requirements and Amazon's policies. You can read Amazon's Overland's full privacy notice in the
Alexa,
local-
stop.
I know that she does them, and then she tells you what kind of fart it was. It's thoroughly disgusting. You don't get disgusted at much, Jeff. Which is a good thing because he is the one who empties the black tank. Do you ever make your Alexa burp, Jeff? Oh yeah, of course. Theresa, you're talking to your husband. That was a silly question. You make her vomit? Well, the barking noises might be good if there's a burglar in the house. Alexa, bark. Alexa, bark like
That
a...
was a quick one. Try asking me for a relaxed fart. Or say random.
I didn't say that. Stop, Alexa. She thought I said fart. Oh my gosh. Jeff, stop her.
That was an
Alexa,
Overland.
I said bark.
Alexa, bark like a dog.
Okay, you bark like a dog.
Alexa, shut up.
That is funny. She gonna set you up with an adoption agency to adopt dogs? Okay, so The only thing is I wished I would have gusseted this pop. Okay, we'll see you later, April. I wished I would have gusseted this pocket, but that's fitting in there pretty nicely. So, no worries. Wonder if I could tie this little piece into a bow. That is an impossible task, Theresa. I used to have a bow tying thing, a little plastic thing with the pegs, but I got rid of it. Oh well. Scratch that. This is done. So I wanted to also make a master board. And I'm going to do it with fabric. Bye, Bonnie. Have a good nap. Try to get better. Bye, Zippy. Let me know how that works with Alexa cooking dinner. Tunder. Welcome. What are you up to today? We had quite a crew in here a little bit ago. Bonnie had to go take a nap because she's got the flu, so she needs to get her rest. And April had things to do. And Zippy needed to go make dinner. I was just looking at this piece of map fabric that I'm putting down. I thought it would be funny if it had your area on it just by coincidence, but it's got France, Hanau, whatever that is. Brighton, and London. I'm making a fabric master board. Let's see, this piece is Scotland. Okay, so I just took a piece of cardstock that had been coffee dyed, and I'm making a fabric master board with some of my fabric scraps. Yeah, so the tables are turned because usually when I see you, Tunder, it is on April's live stream, and I'm ready for bed. Right now, it's 3 o'clock here, so, and I skipped breakfast and lunch, so I'm ready for something to eat. I don't know what. coffee is usually my breakfast. Thank you. Whoa. Yes, I will sew. Exactly. I love that look. Two more pieces. was thinking about like doing something like this and then thought I had some fabric labels around here somewhere. Not really. I would do that later, actually. I'm getting sidetracked. Yep. For me, the most fun is to turn it upside down and just cut, and then turn it back over and see what I've got. I love to do that. So let me do some sewing on this real quick. Even though it's not Christmas anymore, I will play a Christmas song while I'm sewing. Okay, I just did a bit of scattered sewing. Oh, I hate when my phone charger cord shows. Annoys me. Welcome back, Jessica. Okay, so I did a little scattered sewing on here, and now I'm going to cut. Said I wasn't going to look, and then I went and looked. Okay, I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to cut this one at 4 inches. And it needs a little bit of help. And then I'm going to cut this at 4 inches, 4 1/4. I'm not real successful today with this one either. Before I take that off, I want to get this glued better. Then I'm perfectly fine with the idea that I might want to use the sewing machine again after I've cut the pieces. Okay, I'm looking again. I said I wasn't going to look. I think I'll do big tags now. My left hand is worse as well. Okay, I'm thinking about okay, this one is going to be this big. I'm not going to trim it anymore. This one I'm going to trim right here. And then we'll see what we've got. Lots more fabric scraps to make lots more master boards. feel like something's missing, but I guess that's all there is. This one, I wonder if this will cut through this. Ow, pinch myself. Nope, it won't. That's okay. Okay, there's that. And then see if I can use my corner chomper. It cut the paper, but it didn't cut the fabric. And I will do more sewing on this one. But that's a nice tall tag. And every once in a while, I do want a tall tag like that. I also could use this as a belly band. This would be a nice journal card or a pocket, so I won't back that until I decide what I want to do with it. This would be a nice journal card, another nice journal card, and another nice journal card. So, I have been on here for 2 hours. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a break and go get something to eat. And I hope you guys all have a fabulous rest of your day. And I hope you join me again in another live stream in the future. And if not, maybe I'll